are you, beautiful Josie?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that I'm doing this detox because, like you said, the start of the year, it's a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing good with that. And I'm working on some balancing my finances. That's why I didn't do the program with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
I
it's
need
filling
some.
up, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm working on my cash flow and getting that in balance
yeah. Isn't it
because,
interesting? We can tie all of this stuff into detoxification because,
mhm,
like you said earlier, when you're detoxing, it also clears what? Not just your body, but what?
your mind,
Your mind. And when your mind
mindset.
is clear, you can make some really good decisions, like profound ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you feel prior to your detox?
Prior to my detox, I felt good before the detox because I'm always doing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
cleansing, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like doing this detox, it open up your pathways more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a deeper cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I eat cleansing food, and I know it's not just about the food, but it's your thoughts and all other things that you're doing. But I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like it goes a little bit deeper,
Mm-hmm.
having these remedies.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as you're detoxing, what improvements have you noticed?
Like I said, the bowel
Mm-hmm.
movement for sure, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and having more energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
energy and clarity.
Yeah.
Those are the three things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Energy, clarity. So that ties into the grounding points of your tips, tricks, and tools, right? Sleep, energy, bowels, and mood.
right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So in
And
terms of
also because I've been working with you for 3 years, so I don't get bothered like I
yeah.
used to anymore. I'm unbothered.
You're unbothered. Okay,
Yeah.
so you really unclocked yourself.
Yes. So,
That's beautiful.
things that used to stress me out don't stress me out anymore.
Good,
Yeah,
good, good, good.
yeah,
Okay. And so
yeah.
if somebody has never taken a detox, do you think they should be afraid of it?
Oh, absolutely not. They
Mm-hmm.
should do it. I would highly recommend that they do it because
Mm-hmm.
it's only gonna enhance and make things even better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are afraid of detoxification because they think, oh my God, do I have to stay chained to the toilet? And, do I have to change my diet too much? And what would you say to somebody like that?
Actually, your detox is one of the gentlest one I've ever done. Because I used to have those feelings too about, I'm gonna be chained to the bathroom, but I don't feel like any cramping in my stomach, like, other things that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
It's really gentle and it enhances you on all these different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
with your
What
spirit, mind, and body.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
What are the
yes.
what were the other benefits that you noticed? Do you lose any weight while you're on the detox?
Um, no, not really. No.
Mm-hmm. How about do you lose any bloating and indigestion or gassiness? Do you lose that?
Um, bloating, yes, bloating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because yeah, I did lose some bloating, and that's something that I'm always working on. And because I already did some things like removing dairy from my meals, I don't have bloating anymore like I used to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I
Yeah.
said, it just makes things give you a deeper cleanse
Mm-hmm.
through the detox.
Yeah. So I'm glad you were able to get the support emails during the detox process because you also got support videos. So you weren't kind of just taking a detox and left the flap in the wind. Do you feel like you had enough support during the process?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's like reinforcement. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes, they're helpful, and having the videos also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find that a lot of people who are thinking about doing detox and haven't done it yet, they have all these preconceived ideas about why they shouldn't do it. And I'm thinking, this is why you should.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Why
Yeah.
would you have a preconceived idea of, or why would you be afraid of it? Why would you be afraid of it?
Well, I think people might be afraid of it because of race consciousness of things that they've, heard in the past, but they've not actually experienced something.
Mhm. Yeah,
So it's best to have an open mind and to have your own experience. Then you can
yeah,
really see how it works for you.
yeah, yeah.
That's very important.
And how many detoxes have you had so far? You've had one every year for how many years?
For the last 3 years, this is my third one.
Would you discard this journey?
Absolutely not. I highly recommend it because, like I said, if you're really about um, taking care of your health, this is where you should start.
Mhm.
Everyone should do a detox.
Yeah,
Everyone. Yeah.
yeah. So now I want to kind of share with you the detox process, and you know this very well, but you did say something that struck a chord because I'm always listening. Like, I'm asking you questions because I'm listening to see where I can give you new insight. And one of
Okay.
the things that I wanted to share with you is, you said, I took dairy out of my diet, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people think that dairy is mucus producing, breeds bacteria and all that good, and it absolutely does.
Mhm.
So when you take those things out of your diet,
Mhm.
while you're eating them, they're actually breeding parasites and fungus and yeast and molds within your gut.
Right.
There's nothing you can really eat to get that out of your system. The best thing you could do is not feed it anymore by taking those things away that feeds them, like sugars and pastas and cereals and, the things, the sweet things.
Right.
But they're still there. And what the detox does, and the reason why you don't feel the bloating anymore, is because the toxins, the parasites have now died off, right? That's what Pure Body Clear and Colon Clear does. So I just want you to be aware that those are the two items that you will keep because you don't use them all. But as soon as you start feeling any discomfort, you know how to do what? Muscle test it. And you can go back and use the parts of your detox that are still available to you, because periodically we will be exposed to other parasites and viruses and bacteria. They might make you sick, but they will definitely make you uncomfortable, especially if you've already detoxed. Now you're so clean, you're very vulnerable. And an example of that is, I like to have wine with my dinner sometimes, not all the time, but and I noticed that they say that alcohol is not good while you're detoxing, and that's absolutely true. But also, different forms of alcohol are medicinal. So, for instance, if you wanted to get rid of a bacterial infection in your throat, taking a sip of brandy would definitely kill it. But during the detox process, what will happen is your clean liver will be put in shock to now have to metabolize alcohol. And that would create a challenge. So there are some things that you don't want to do while you're detoxing, not
Right.
because they're not healthy at a particular time, but also because they're not healthy at this time. Another one is lemons. You being a good steward of your craft of understanding juices, and you went to school for juicing, a lot of people put lemons in their water or they drink, but the more eating too many lemons can actually causes your liver to overproduce the bile duct overproduce the gallbladder to overproduce bile, and that will in turn create digestion problems. So a lot of things that we're thinking that we understand in terms of, I can detox myself, right? A lot of people say, well, I put lemon in my water. That's not necessarily a good thing, because what about the degree of acid you've been putting in your body in general? And then, are the lemons clean, right? Could you imagine when you get lemons in a restaurant? They're not clean. They're a gazillion bacteria and fungal mores on it. And people go, can I have lemon in my water? Or they might do that at home and not clean off the lemon before they cut it, and they're cutting the bacteria right into. So there's a lot of things that people, like you said, you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of people think they're already detoxing in some form, but actually they're not.
Mhm.
Actually, they're not. So doing a detox once a year is so powerful because, like you said, you don't know what you don't know. And what do you think would happen if you delayed your detox longer than a year?
Well, you're just building up more toxins and you get in a toxin overload,
Yeah,
and then you're not going to feel good.
yeah. And diseases kind of creep in too, don't they?
Yes.
Diseases
Yes.
creep in.
Uh-huh.
So this session was basically to make sure that within your detox process, you didn't have any of the side effects, because there are side effects. You know them to be retracing, the retracing period. Have you had any retracing symptoms?
What do you mean when you say retracing?
Oh, the retracing symptoms are when you detox your body,
Mhm.
you're cleaning out not only the surface level of toxins, but also toxins that are hiding in your tissues. And the longer you're on your detox, maybe like 2, maybe 2.5, those toxins are now coming out of their hiding place because the surface toxins have been washed away very quickly. The other toxins that are in your cells, in your muscle tissue, in the lining of your gut, that is probably very thick and you don't even realize that it is. Segue, you know that your large intestines have been occluded if your stools are thin. If your stools are thin, that means the circumference of the wall of the intestine has been clogged.
Right.
And so once you get rid of the first part of the waste that's obviously there, your body will start getting rid of what's stuck in the cell wall. And what happens is, if you don't drink a lot of water, as those toxins come out of their hiding place, it can make you feel uncomfortable. You might get a headache, your stomach might start hurting, you might feel irritable and agitated. That's just toxins coming to the fore. And that's called the retracing period. The easiest way to get rid of it is to keep taking the detox, but just drink more water, and it flushes itself out and you're back to normal. Right?
Okay.
You also go through a retracing period when you're on the hair tissue analysis, when your body is being recalibrated with the minerals, like the chelation process, where you have toxic minerals and then you have nutritional minerals. As soon as the toxic minerals come out of the hiding place and go into the bloodstream, the nutritional minerals binds them like a magnet. But now you have all this toxic soup kind of floating around, and unless you drink water, it doesn't flush out. Which could cause you to make you feel uncomfortable. But that's actually the telltale sign that you are detoxing properly. But not everybody gets the retracing period. Some people do, some people don't. Because you've been detoxing for 3 years, your body's probably used to getting rid of excess waste, and your diet probably facilitates that on a normal daily basis. Like you said, but not to the degree that it's deeper than you saying, I can, as case in point, you're a professional in juicing. You understand the properties of what juice does to the body. And you still don't even rely on that to give yourself a complete detox. And why not? Why not?
Well, because I know that, the liver and the kidneys are and the colon, the skin, are one of the main detox pathways. And because we are, no matter if you detox, you're still getting exposed to toxins. So you have to still do deeper work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm doing myself might be just surface level work.
Yeah.
So because if we were living a perfect world where we weren't being bombarded, then maybe we would need to do that deep surface work because of, what you already do. But because it's, constant, you have to do the deeper work, the deeper surface, deeper level work to get all that stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah. And theoretically, once a year is probably way too modest. But I wouldn't want to I wouldn't overburden anyone with more than once a year. But at least if you got on that, you're doing something in the direction of your wellness, spiritually, mentally, and physically. You ever notice that when you're detoxing, you feel more in tune? You feel more in tune? Yeah. Your spirit is kind of heightened. Your discernment is on point. You because, like you said, you're not as cloudy. Have you experienced that for yourself in any specific way?
Yeah, you feel more alignment with
Mm,
whatever your intentions are. You feel more
hmm.
alignment with it, and
Yeah,
you can be in your mindset. You can be at peace with it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's where the clarity comes in.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'm finding that as well. There's a lot of clarity when you're clean.
Yes.
With internal cleanliness becomes internal clarity, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and when you're clear, how does that affect your purpose? You being creative, working towards your purpose and your personal goals, how does that affect it?
Well, it allows you to be able to move closer to
Mm-hmm.
your goals because you're not second guessing yourself, or you're more um, in tune with your intentions. So you
Mm-hmm.
can get more accomplished, and
Mm-hmm.
you can feel good about what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because if you're still feeling like, oh, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about that, but you have that clarity, so you can
Mm-hmm.
move through to
Yeah,
closer to get to your goals.
yeah. So isn't
Yeah.
it interesting that in order to kind of create this unclocking experience, it's not just dealing with your spirit and your mind. You do have to be a good steward of your body,
Yeah.
right? You
Yes.
can't you can't be saying I'm going to go save the world and you're not taking care of your temple.
Exactly. That is so important. And that's why I always say, if you don't take care of your home, your body's your home, where are you gonna live? How are you gonna help other people?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like you
yeah,
have to fill up, you can't pour from an empty cup.
right,
So you
right.
have to fill up your cup with your mindset, and also to clean out and fill up with good things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What would you say to someone that says, I don't trust detoxing?
I don't trust detoxing. I would say I think you should get more information and do your own research, and
Mm-hmm.
find someone who knows what they're talking about, and also experience it for yourself
Yeah.
before you make a judgment about it. Have your own
Mm-hmm.
experience,
Yeah.
and you will, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So have your own
You're
experience.
always coming up with these amazing sayings. I just love it.
That is true, though.
I should write this down. What did you say again? I should write that one down.
When you change the way you look at things, the things you look
Things
at
will
change.
change. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like
yeah,
when you pray, prayer changes you until things change.
yeah. I got that saying from a lady at my church. She had this book, right? She brought this
Mhm.
book, and she used that to demonstrate this phrase. And the book, when you look at the book, it looks like a book.
Yeah.
So you look at it and it looks like a book. And she said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So she opened it up like this, and it became a light. It became a light.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. But you know
yeah.
what that reminds me of? That
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of the 3 R's approach to healing: reflect, reframe, renew.
Renew. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes, exactly.
right.
Exactly.
So when you get to the understanding of the emotion, you look at it from child's mind, adult mind, and then you change the perspective. And it's like, oh, dag, I didn't see it like that. And that new perspective kind of changes everything.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to have someone who can, I guess, break it down to you that way,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't, then you will never have that kind of new perspective on things.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like what you offer to clients, that's
Yeah.
how it has helped me to,
Yeah.
break things down and see the other side of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the coaching program, to be able to give you different perspectives because I always say there's nothing wrong with you. It's just there's things in the way that are blind spots and you don't know how to remove them because you don't know that they're there.
Right.
Right? Your
Yeah.
norm becomes your norm and you have no idea that I need to change something. All you know is I'm not feeling fulfilled.
Right.
Right? I'm
Right.
not actualizing my dreams. I'm not as creative as I want to be. I'm not putting an impact on the world. But what I'm definitely doing is I'm giving away all of my energy to something and there's no return on investment.
Mhm.
Right? You know, have you felt like that?
ROI. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That return on investment is important because it's not just about a financial return, it's about an energy return because we only get one life force. Did you know in traditional Chinese medicine, we have life force that has a finite time. Your constitution within that life force is strong or weak, depending on the strength of the zygotes of your mom's egg and your father's sperm. The strength of that came in, and that creates your constitution. Some
Right.
people are born sickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they may have a life force that's shorter because of it, or it could be long or average. But if you spend all of your wheels in negative vibrational things, you speed up the loss of your life force.
Right.
Right. And so you ever hear that term? I don't know what the term is exactly, but they say you live fast, die young.
Yeah.
That's because you've used up your life force quickly.
Right.
And depending on how resilient you are from a perspective of your constitution, of your parents, will determine how fast you succumb.
Right.
Detoxification can be the mitigator, giving you time back, giving you energy back, strengthening your constitution within the confines of how it can be strengthened. So for instance, you can have someone who is born blind, but they will still have a quality life. So that constitution didn't strengthen blindness, but they're doing the things that keep themselves healthy. Most people that have a handicap are people who take care of the other aspects of themselves. So that strengthens the constitution that they already have. You see?
Right. Right.
So detoxification creates this dynamic where you can kind of balance it out whichever way, but when you don't detox, you're guaranteeing that you're speeding something up in the negative. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So constitution and understanding that is powerful.
Yes, is it like sometimes they say that you have a certain way of being, but you can load the gun based on what you do every day.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't have to succumb to the constitution. You can strengthen yourself around it, within it. Right?
Yes.
Here's a funny one. We do it all the time. Within my constitution, I was born to parents that apparently the genetic pool made me short. I am 4 feet, 11 and a half inches, and everybody calls me some variation of short, cute, small, shorty. My kids call me smidget, small and midget, right? Because they're like 5, 11 and a half, 6'1". But I can mitigate that by doing something as simple as wearing heels. I'm never going to be tall, but I can wear a 4-inch heel and look tall in a picture.
Right.
So that's a fun way that women can do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had, if we were talking to a woman who had any other, what we consider a challenge, we fix it. Hopefully we fix it in a way that's not invasive, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But detoxification.
I always like to go. Yeah, I always like to go for the non-invasive way first.
Yeah. You can never go wrong with doing things that are simple. You've heard the analogy of the hairdresser, right? The hairdresser analogy, right?
Yeah.
So it gets funnier every time. So you're going to the hairdresser and she's going to make your hair fabulous for another birthday celebration. You know, maybe you won't get surprised this time because you got surprised last time, but who knows, right? You go sit in the chair and you thinking she's gonna, you know, give you the shampoo, the conditioner, the whatever, and she just pulls out the flat iron. What would you do?
I like when you told it before, you were like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
What are you doing? It's like, aren't you gonna wash, deep condition, give me a protein treatment? You're gonna do something, right? Because
Yeah.
I know those are the things that makes my style pop or last
Pop,
or
yes.
whatever, right? You're actually
Uh-huh.
gonna put heat on my dirty hair. Are you serious? Like, are we really doing this? And that's the problem with detoxification. People expect that they're going to get a level of health by taking natural things without detoxing.
Right.
You're wasting your money when you do that because your
Right.
body's going, you want me to do what exactly? I'm supposed to use this herb for what? I'm still trying to figure out this toxic load. I can't go into repair mode. I'm too dirty. This ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people that think that I'm just going to take these herbs and I'm going to be fine. Your body doesn't work that way. Your liver needs to be cleaned out.
Right.
Lungs, your
Yeah.
bladder, your colon, your lymph system. And
Yeah.
that affects
Especially
your
that lymph.
entire body. Yes.
Oh
The
my
lymph
goodness.
system is, and another aspect of the lymph, the lymph doesn't move. It doesn't move unless there's a pumping action.
Pump. Yeah. I
So if
have a
you're not,
rebounder that I use.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 But the good thing is that the detox does account for your lymph system as well. So you're getting a heavy pump of detoxification power in a gentle way. Would you say it's gentle? You just say it was gentle.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's very gentle compared to some that I've done.
You did-
Cramping, holding my stomach.
You're like, no. And you're
Yeah.
not doing any of that? Not at
No.
all.
No, no, not at all. It's very gentle. I love it.
Wait a minute. You said who says they love a detox? Now that's
Yeah, because intuitively I know that I'm doing something good for my body.
yeah.
And like I said, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? Your body is
Love
your
that.
home.
Yeah, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? That is
Yeah,
so profound.
yeah,
Yeah, that is so
absolutely. So
profound.
I know that I'm doing something good. So, it's a beautiful thing. So I love doing a detox for myself.
Yeah, I actually do too. I look forward to doing it every year because I know it kind of jump starts me, and I feel
Yeah,
like I can conquer the world. Like, what are we doing today? What's going on? How we da 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 da?
yeah.
They're like, well,
And I like to do my own experiment on myself,
yes,
because
yeah,
I'm knowing first and from my own experience
yeah.
what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening. And that causes you to pay attention. And that's one of the things we don't do as women. We pay so much attention to things outside of us. We don't
Right.
pay attention to ourselves. And then you wonder why is this happening? Well, it's been happening for 6 years. You weren't paying attention.
Right. Exactly.
A lot of
Mhm.
our major diagnoses that we have come from a signal that we've been getting for years and we just ignored it. We ignored it because we assumed we understood what it was. It could be completely wrong. One of the symptoms of a parasitic infection, which is what the detox does so beautifully, helping with the gut. And a lot of women do lose weight because they're losing waste weight, meaning
Mhm.
toxic weight, excess bowels that are impacted, whatever the case may be. But you're also coughing it up. You have a little bit more eye mucus. You might have more earwax, but it's not like crazy. But one of the things that happens when you're on a detox process is you become more calm and relaxed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
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 The house is burning. Okay, cool. Did anybody call 911? Right? It's kind of cool. Nothing really kind of bothers you. You're kind of just,
You're in a
it's all
mellow
good.
state. Yeah.
You're in equanimity.
Yes.
Yes, you're in
Yes.
equanimity.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, see,
Yes.
that's one of those words we learned in coaching.
Yeah. Yes.
Equanimity. It's not
Yeah.
good, it's not bad, it just is. Right?
Yeah. And you get to a space where you can notice things without judgment.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm taking a course about intuitive eating,
Uh-huh.
and the premises of it is to get rid of diet culture because we've
Oh,
been
yes.
so um, harmed by diet culture,
Yeah,
and our body has wisdom. So
it
if
does.
we listen to our body's wisdom, then our body will know what to do. Our bodies are meant to heal. So
Yeah,
if we listen to our body's wisdom, we will be better off.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, so it's really
yeah.
exciting times.
But
I
isn't
love
that,
learning.
yes, isn't that interesting? You've actually learned that in Your Spirit is the Boss in chapter 2 of your book, right?
Yes,
If you're
yes,
listening to your spirit, you will know what to eat because it'll tell you. And then
yes.
if you really don't want to know, you could always listen to it some more and do some muscle testing, right?
Talk about chapter 2.
Chapter
Yes,
2,
yeah,
right? So yeah, this a detox is more than like when is a detox not a detox? When it's not opening channels.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
So,
that is, you know, in my experience, it has opened up an entire understanding beyond just how much I'm going to have a bowel movement. Like you
mhm,
said, it opens up your consciousness,
yeah,
right?
yes,
Right. Yeah.
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 And also, I love how like you were saying about how you feel this calmness about you, even though
Mm-hmm.
you're releasing things, not just your bowel movement, but other things that don't serve you anymore, and you're okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's clarity. There's clarity.
yeah.
You know, and as women in our age bracket, we need clarity because we need to be able to walk circumspectly with every footstep being deliberate as possible to get the quickest return on investment of our energy, of our power, of our heart, of our thoughts, everything,
Mhm.
right? This is not
Yes,
the time to waffle in life. This is the time to be very decisive,
yes,
very
yeah.
decisive. And you can't be decisive if you're all toxic.
Clogged up. You're clogged up.
So are you finding you're more decisive? You're making decisions and they're sticking.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And also setting boundaries. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big one.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to do that. You got it.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. You got to set
yeah,
those boundaries.
yeah, yeah.
And before we used to be afraid to set them. Now it's kind of like, this is my line of demarcation and you better not cross it.
Yeah, and not doing it is not an option.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you're so right. You're so
Yeah,
right. And that
yeah,
is, I think that's empowerment 101, setting your
yeah,
boundaries.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care who it is.
I agree with you. I
Yeah,
totally agree with you.
yeah,
Because when you get into that, then it becomes certitude and that puts you right back in a toxic mindset.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, she called me because she said she had bought some salmon, and then she saw something about parasites that are in salmon. And she said, "Oh, I feel so bad because I had already bought it and she had cooked it and everything." So I said, "Well, since you already bought it, if you want, you can just go ahead and eat it. And then because the way you're gonna beat yourself up is gonna be worse than actually eating it. So
Yeah.
now you know better, you can do better."
Right. And just tell her to
Yeah,
detox. Like
yeah,
if you're gonna jump on any wellness journey, and you don't do anything else, that's the best thing you can do for the shortest amount of time, the least amount of investment. And then after you feel better, you'll go, what's next? Because I feel really good, right?
mhm,
That could be the
yes,
segue into a journey.
yeah,
Because a lot of women don't feel good and they don't know that they don't feel good because feeling bad is normal.
right. Oh my God.
Yeah. And then when you take, I remember when I first did my detox, no, when I first did my hair tissue analysis, I said, am I dying? I had all of this stuff wrong. Right. And then when I first did my scan, I had like 15 vials of stuff. I'm thinking, oh, this is horrible. But I had to consider I was in school learning this stuff, doing my internships, working, starting a practice. My body was toxic because I was all over the place. And even I got Graves' disease in the process,
Mhm,
hyperthyroidism. But as I started implementing what I know, my health has gotten exponentially better.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what I didn't know until I did it for myself. Like you said,
Yes.
so the stuff that I do with clients, I started doing it for myself. It's been like 15, 16 years now, but it took me some time to jump on my own bandwagon. And that's the truth. Because I
Yeah.
had to learn it, and then I had to become experiential with it.
Yes.
So
That's the key.
a person asked me, she says, well, how do I know that the detox works? Are there any testimonials? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm a living, breathing, walking testimonial here, but that's
Yeah.
not good enough, right? She needed to understand it. But that's because I understand that she's in a place where, like you said, that dietary social norm thing, you know, you learn these things. Oh, lemons are detoxifying. Cilantro is detoxifying. You know, putting garlic and onions in your food. Yeah, that's all the catchphrases, but that's not it, right? That's not what we're even talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about
You
that.
gotta do that deeper level.
Yeah.
Gotta go deeper.
Yeah, but we can also see that if a person is not willing to go deeper with their bodies, they're definitely not going to be open to going deeper to get to the core of their blind spots as a woman. It's easier to just keep being self-sacrificing and doing the things that you used to be doing. But then we don't realize that we live like that, we're breeding resentment and frustration and anger, and we become silent sufferers. And the silent sufferer is the most toxic.
Yes. Yeah. And that's another thing I learned also, to ask for help, because I was, before I was doing things on my own, trying to do things on my own, and I asked for help, and it made a world of difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask for help.
Yeah, I remember the first conversation you had, and you says, well, I'm generally healthy, but I can't get rid of this headache, and I just need some help getting rid of these headaches. And oh my gosh, I've been to every doctor under the sun. And
Yes. Oh my
that was
God.
that moment that you asked for help, at least with me on this particular journey.
Oh yeah. And I always talk about that, because that was, like how you have your signature talk or whatever. That's part of it, because, that's it. I was doing all this stuff and going to different doctors, and couldn't get any relief until when I, spirit led me to you, and that was a game changer. Yeah. So yeah, ask for help, and spirit sent you. So I manifested you.
Wow. I heard, I always say, I heard the call and I come running.
Josephine is calling me.
It's like somebody else needs a spiritual play date. Here I am.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like to me. It feels like these magnificent spiritual play dates. And every time someone comes into my circle of reference in terms of my energy field, my Merkaba, I feel like I'm on a journey and I have to grab your arm and walk this path with you. And a lot of times the journey doesn't need to last long. Right? Once you get what you get and I pour what I need to pour into you, I know how to replenish myself, but at least now you have something else to draw from, as opposed to what you thought was all the be all end all. Right. So I always tell clients, you know what? You don't know what you don't know. And what you do know is not getting you where you need to be. So therefore you need to know something else, and you need the support and accountability to get there.
Yeah. Just like they said, if you're, yeah. If you're the smartest one in the room, then you need to get into another circle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
like
there's
every
nothing
coach
to
need a
learn.
coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm being coached right now, and it is changing the trajectory of who I am. Yeah. And what I'm capable of doing. Like, for instance, the Dr. Stephanie that you have come to know, hopefully love.
Oh, absolutely.
Is evolving.
Yeah.
And I'm not even in that space anymore. Right? Of one-on-one patient care, the office with the white coat. I have transmuted that energy in such a different way. It's profound, but that's the journey of the woman, right? Yeah. That's the journey of the woman. Yeah. We have to evolve.
Yes, absolutely.
We have to evolve. So your detox has allowed you to evolve.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And having you as my spiritual play date also.
Well, you get another one. You get another spiritual play date after this, right?
Okay.
So you get two within the detox process when you do the
o-
detoxing coaching.
Okay.
It's
So,
normally 2 weeks and 4 weeks, but it doesn't matter. You get two to make sure that you are clear. And I specifically wanted to do this one as a kind of expose so you can feel comfortable in just talking about it and getting some insight. These spiritual conversations are powerful
oh
because
yeah,
it takes the clinical, like you go and you get it and it's like, well, you're gonna go to your doctor's office, you're gonna read your test results, you're sitting there like this,
yeah,
right? Well, the detox is not a test, but it is also an assessment of your overall health, because what will happen is a lot of times if you're not as healthy as you are, other things would show up and the person is like, oh my God, when I was on the detox, this happened. And I could go, oh, well, let's explain that so you can be clear, so you
mhm,
can get to a place of clarity and not fear, to make
right,
the process smoother. And so that's what these results, these coaching sessions are really for
yeah,
you to have a platform to say, okay, I've been doing this unnatural thing for my consciousness for 2 weeks, and this is what I found out. I thought it was going to be this, I thought it was going to be this, I thought it was, but I'm calm now. And I haven't had a bowel movement like this in 5 years. And I have more energy and ching to the toilet. So this is what I'm hearing.
yeah,
But the initial thing is everybody's in a frenzy about how horrible it's going to be for the first 2 weeks.
right.
And I never get a horror story ever.
No,
Never
mm-mm,
get a horror story.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's what I like about your practice, Dr. Stephanie. Is this piece that you offer where you, like you said, and you go into our office, you're looking at the lab results, but the other part of it is what's missing in,
Yeah.
sick care
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
disease care. You know what I mean? You don't have this component
Mm-hmm.
where, and because you look at things from spirit, mind, body, this component, is like icing on the cake.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Having this
Yeah.
part where you can talk, because when you go to a doctor, they talk to you for 10 minutes and you're out the door.
Yeah.
But having this aspect of it, it's really amazing and life enhancing and altering, and like
Yeah.
the cherry on top.
That's beautiful. Because I have such a genuine heart for the people, for the women that I
Yeah,
come in contact with that are seeking me for support. I feel
yeah,
it's I wouldn't say duty from an obligation perspective or certitude, but it just feels like it's my calling to just,
calling.
right, to give you as much as I can. And that's why I've created like the coaching programs, because there's so much I can share with you. There's so many doors I can help you unlock and discover, and
Yeah.
stuff I can see. Like, look under there,
Hmm. Hmm.
I can't do it in a one-on-one office setting anymore. It's not enough
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
right? So then
yeah.
that's when I implemented the book, and then the audio book, and then the book club. And then I went to go speak at the Capitol about it. Like, I've done so many things to try to, like, hello, is anybody? And so
Yeah,
now I'm to the point where, now group coaching, because even one-on-one coaching is a beautiful experience, but it doesn't allow me to touch as many people that needs what's necessary, especially over 40. Like, over 40 and 50, we're like I'm not in a negatory way, we're like a dying breed. It's like when you hear I'm 40 something, I'm 50 something, I'm 60 something, the assumption is old, stuck in your ways, becrudity, mean, your time is up. You've given all your energy away, there's nothing left for you, and now you're just sitting there just being and it's not expressed that way, but it is expressed that way.
Yeah.
right? Nobody's going to say to themselves, I'm mean and begrudging. But I hear, I have a lot of resentment because I did this for such and such a years and nobody even noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted to do X and now I can't do it because I have arthritis. Or I can't do this because now I can't see as well. And so we have all these reasons why our health is starting to decline. But
And
those
then
are just
tying it into that.
yes, but it's not that.
That's the
It's
big
not
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah.
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 So I'm up for all these spiritual play dates. I'm just trying to bring them into a group experience so more people can experience it as opposed to one-on-one because there's only one of me.
Right, right.
There's only
You
one
have to
of me.
clone yourself.
Or just, create a dynamic where the group coaching experience is just as palatable as a one-on-one. And it is. And it is. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And we've done that with the girls' night out sessions, right?
Yeah. And also people learn also from each other in the group setting. I love group settings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the group setting is going to start very soon, right?
Mhm.
We'll do a beta test for it and see, how it
Mhm.
goes. Yeah.
Oh,
Because every time I have a strategy session, I offered the group coaching, but nobody's interested. They're like, I need my one-on-one time. I think we're
oh,
having too much fun on the spiritual play dates when we have the strategy sessions one-on-one. They can't imagine not having like me to themselves.
oh.
It's like, no. I want a one-on-one. And I respect
Okay.
that. I
Yeah.
respect that.
How are you doing, Dr. Stephanie? Sometimes we don't ask our like
I'm
you.
well. I'm
Yeah.
well. All is
Yeah.
well. I'm taking
That's
my
good.
detox, right? I'm on my
Okay.
detox journey, so I'm feeling good. My skin is clear. I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. So we've talked a lot about the detox process and how it's impacted you. I know you've done it for 3 years, but do you have any questions about it or about the process at all or anything that you need clarity about?
Yeah, I was wondering, is like I also do not colonics but enemas.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that in terms of also helping to get some of the toxins out? And
Well,
well, I do also do oil pulling and tongue scraping and skin
mm-hmm.
brushing
Mm-hmm.
and Epsom salt baths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are some
So
additional things that I do.
yeah, so let's talk about Epsom salts baths first because they not only have a very physiological medicinal aspect because it's a natural analgesic, it's a natural pain reliever, right?
Yeah.
But it's also it clears out negative energy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Epsom salt is a spiritual bath as well. It cleanses your aura. So
Right.
wonderful. Oil pulling, as long as you don't swallow it, absolutely.
I know.
Olive oil is my preference, but it's kind of hard to do, right?
You said olive oil?
Mm-hmm. Or coconut
Oh,
oil. Coconut
yeah,
oil.
yeah.
You do
Okay.
coconut
Yes.
oil. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you're doing your detox and you're doing your Epsom salt bath, cleaning your energy, spirit, mind, body practice, you will also find that you'll have less tongue scraping to do. Right? Did you notice that? Not too much is on the tongue now that you're doing your detox. Because
Right.
you're cleaning out the yeast out of your body, right?
Yes.
You're cleaning it out. So you're not
Yeah.
going to have that as much.
Yeah. I noticed that I didn't have as much too. And also the neti. I use the neti pot
Yeah.
to flush my sinuses. So I'm doing
Yeah.
additional things also.
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend the neti pot
Okay.
because when your mucus lining, your mucus membrane, it's designed to capture any toxins that's in the
Mhm.
system. It stops it from going further up. So that's a
Okay.
protective. The mucus in your nasal cavity is protective. Also, the nares in your nose, like the hairs that really are called nares. That's the biological term for the hair in your nose.
Oh,
That
okay.
together with the mucus is what your body uses as its way to protect you from
Right.
having things go up too far and to cleanse the nasal passage out. That's a perfect example of homeostasis.
Okay.
So the neti pot might not be necessary. And
Okay. What about the enema or the colonics? How do you feel about those?
While you're doing a detox, it's definitely not necessary. And I
Okay.
only would recommend it if you were severely impacted, just temporarily, because you have to consider the water that you're using is not pristine. So the water has bacteria, parasites, fungus, yeast, and molds, medications from the sewage system. These are the things that you're putting in your body to flush the stuff out, but they also go through the blood-brain barrier in the soft tissue lining of the intestines, and you don't want that to be reabsorbed.
Right.
I would only do the potentially coffee enema if you
Coffee
were
enema.
really impacted, right?
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
not something that's necessary because the bowel is designed for things that go out, not come in.
Right.
Right. And so
Okay.
let that natural process come down. But occasionally, if there's an impact, gentle, room temperature water, and you should be able to hold it in your bowel for at least maybe 3 minutes for the bowel to loosen up. And once you have a clear path, then that should be enough. And that just tells me that you have a clogged emotions that you're not releasing, and your diet is void of good fiber and not drinking enough water, right? That's kind of like a severe case. Other than that, I wouldn't, because our water system is so impure.
Right.
It's not controlled enough. Not that it's a
Right.
bad practice, it's just not controlled enough.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
I'll just so just continue to take the rest of the
yeah. And
tablets.
then
Okay.
traditionally on week 4 is when we would have your second session.
Okay.
So we do it the first half
Because
of your
I didn't
detox.
start the very first week.
Figured you didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
I didn't
worries.
start the very,
Yeah.
very
No
first
worries.
week. It was like the next week that I started.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
officially what week for you?
Third.
Third. Okay. So
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
another appointment in about 10 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know that you're already eating a healthy diet. You don't need to
Yes.
eat crazy on a detox, but just clean food, right?
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
clean food.
Yeah.
And is a detox hard to
Yep.
take?
Is it hard to take?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
No.
I just wanted
No.
clarity.
No, it's not at all. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, and having the videos and the follow-up emails that you send. Yeah.
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 And then I'm speaking also from the fact that I've done it before
Right. Yeah.
also. So I'm
Yeah.
speaking from that vantage point also.
Yeah. So even if you had, when you first did it, it wasn't too difficult, was it? You just take it twice a
No,
day. Yeah.
right, twice a day. And I have them, I label them, especially the one that I have to take at noon.
Yeah.
I put noon on there, so I know that one I have to take at noon. So
Exactly.
I have it lined, pretty straightforward. It's lined
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. It makes
Yeah.
digestion really easy, doesn't it? I love my
Yeah.
detox because the digestion is so easy.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I love the rehydration.
rehydration.
Yeah, that I put in the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And the other one with the minerals.
Yep, here's my spectrumin right here. Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, I put spectrumin underneath my tongue. I don't even put it in the water sometimes. Sometimes I forget.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I put
Yeah.
both of them in my water.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, but I'm gangster, so I just it's like,
How
why
many
would you
drops
keep
do you
it
put
in?
under your tongue?
I don't even count anymore,
Oh,
right?
okay. Mm-hmm.
Because I understand the process of what it does.
Right.
But for a regular person, the spectrumin is going to be 1 drop per 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Yes.
then the rehydration is going to be 15 drops per
15
liter.
drops. Yeah. 15,
There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is half the vial. Half the vial.
Yeah.
You don't have to count, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But I'm
one
gangster.
other
I
thing.
just go squirt, squirt.
One other thing, because I'm, in my 60s, I told you that everything is dry, even down there, but now it seems like it's not as dry anymore.
Yes, the rehydration will definitely help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, vaginal dryness. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. That it works. It works.
Yeah.
Eye dryness too, but it also calms your nerves. That's why you feel calm.
Yes.
Rehydration is calming for the nerves. So
I love that product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep it all the time. I don't only use it during detox.
Yes.
In
I
the
think I'll be
summertime when
incorporating that also into my,
yeah,
more
yeah.
often.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No,
All righty.
nobody have time for dryness.
Oh my goodness gracious. So this has been such an awesome play date about detox. Do you mind if I share it?
Oh, absolutely not. You can share it. Yes.
I would love to
Anything.
share it. Yeah,
Yeah, please do. And I'd also like to do some collaborative work with you
sure. Let's
where
get
I
it.
can
Let's get with it.
share you with, people that I know. So maybe I can have you come on to like a Zoom session or something where I can, I just love you and what you have to offer. And
Oh, thank you. I love
I
you too.
wish more people would get it.
I think
Yeah.
they will. I think they will. I think this session, I mean, I didn't set it out to be this way because we're used to having our conversations like this, but this
Mhm.
was a great expose about this process. And that's why I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is really good. You know,
Yes,
people
please
could
use
hear
it and
that.
hope that it will bless other people to do the same. And also, um, yeah, yeah, use it as you have my permission, you have my blessings.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I look forward to our next play date and we're going to finish the discussion and the, Q&A, whatever we need to do to make sure that everything is working for you the way you need it to in the
Okay.
detox process.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
All
you, Dr.
righty.
Stephanie.
You're
Appreciate
welcome,
you.
Josie. You too.
Okay.
Here you go. Here's some love.
All
All right. Take care.
right. Take
Have a
care. All
great
right.
day.
So see you
Bye-bye.
in 10 days, you said?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
10 days. Okay.
All
All right.
righty.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.